Na Meke ndona ia wakaviti makawasenga ni ngai Meke ngango. Gue rasa kelama na tumbunda ngo na tumbunda ya na tumbunda saraya.
Gue sulevi andan alu me nonda sala ni bandewa bu matua na itu imanda membonda ila makani ndo na itu enda ebolai na nonda itu membaliti enda nonda yabu benda la mai ina bena atau orai endau sombutunga mai talnoa endo ti over na inde ondewa na
Meke wanga buka na Meke e buli di Desember na bulu ti Solomon na ngono sa ata kene walu sanga kene na Meke wanga Meke walu mai Solomon pat sanga reda bandu na sotini biti na wanga buka na era tu na wanga buka aga ile bona era na ngosa tu na raunde na dabsoti sanga na era tu ngabe kito na wanga buka
ngo buli me goya we emangani urani bola ya anga gani Meke au nandau ronga mabi wa anga gani Meke nanga indo rota mate bola ya anga gani Meke
kurai na buduma gani dilana kurai na buduma gani dilana kurai bare doktora ruwa bare doktora ruwa romoi doktori dilana pura romoi doktori dilana pura romoi doktori pura romoi pura
Sambulare, and welcome to the beautiful village of Natalira, Tikinondao Samu in the province of Tailebu. I'm excited and proud to officiate at the opening of this first ever workshop to focus on Meke and Voodoo safeguarding since Fiji's ratification of the 2003 Convention for safeguarding intangible cultural heritage in 2010.
It was called the National Tauke Festival Policy. That policy basically outlined the need to revitalize the performing arts, the heritage arts, the culinary arts at the provincial level. But the start has been very difficult. So the workshop that was carried out in Natalira was a step towards creating the pathway for administrators and performers and urban-based dance groups to begin thinking along the line that yes, we can come together.
I realized that it's time to take ownership of my cultural identity, my indigeneity, and who I am as an Itoki. So I forced myself to come. I apologize that I will be speaking in English.
Naomi Parete, Bakitol Sangukaona, although to my Ngarningoli, the Etimatwata. Shamana Nunguka when there was a Guangdong, my China. Senganyalan Kitokina, and Anita Wuli than Navi come and political and Anitokine. Rosa, like Tobo, like Ken Maro, Rosibi, like Ken Randeta Kivian and the cow. And I'm in the finger, I've been getting now.
I was from Kitomi Rotu, Nota Kavaga, Bosari Kamatelu.
Huli nga may berota kina na may kawalici. Huli to nga tau cumi tau.
Huli nikwa. Leo sarana kake ubebuliza leo na karo. Mimi nikimemnangone sena youth.
And the concept was on the indigenous performing arts called Meke. This intangible cultural heritage has been on the decline from the villages for more than 2-3 decades. In fact, the art form is not only declining, Along with it are the traditional composers and choreographers who have come under fire due to certain line of Christian churches, and also through modernization. Our indigenous culture, the intangible aspect of it in the performing arts, was never part of our school curriculum, and the memory was fading.
So I wish to congratulate this HEP and our Department of Culture, Heritage and Arts for taking this step in realizing the important role that our Ndauni Bodu, Ndauni Meke play in the indigenous communities, and coming up with this strategy to involve our young people in developing a plan that will use to sustain Meke and Voodoo in Fiji.
The participants were brought in to discuss the relevance of Meke and what are the embedded values in it that can help strengthen our indigenous notions of resilience and social cohesion. In other words, here is an art form, but what are the learnings that can be transferred in a modern context?
Sarto wasate kuna Ndauni Bodu orto tiko na vanua mendana ni kuar na rongoliki na kuar chugalam ni tahu mate mendana vanua mendata na taka watikin
Think no angangana think that's how they did in the old days.
So that was the idea, to begin conversations around these areas, and it was not very easy because we've never come together ever to talk about our performing arts form, ever, since we became colonized. We have been performing snippets of Meke everywhere, but no one has brought together the stakeholders. The workshop in Talera was the first ever where we came together. So naturally, like a muscle, it'll be slow. It's slow, because like a muscle, when you don't use it, it becomes slow and lethargic. So the discussions were expected to begin slowly at first, then it began to pick up as the ownership began to grow on the participants.
Vogaviti o tomorrow tiko ya iranga seranga rai kongon ko koi liu kana kamakao nabu nongo nabu narakaki nangase o koi makao me liu ira sa dingo mamakao tu na tumbunda se segnindo se sige sikobo na sige ni mataka era wani ndana boga rao ina sige ni mataka mendarenga na vi boga buli kwa sa liu Navika sa baka marengeti kwa sara biuta toko mainangase. Ninda maroroyango or tomorrow will take care of itself.
Once we establish ourselves as indigenous people and what is our worldview, how we see things, it helps to clarify the journey. The past is clarified, the future will be clearer.
Those are the independent chiefdoms, wakatume departments. Sanganindo na overall, me liutakibit. Before Christianity, before Kaibalangi, before 1700s. Yerabio kanikevetu, Wakadada,
Belum ni batura bukara kau rasa kau ramine Toele watangane rego toele watangane rego Sodi mi ai manu sodi mi ai manu sodi mi ai manu na formai mi ai manu na formai te samu na corre rasadi samu na corre rasadi samu na tumu na tori samu na tumu na tori te mutu na sei sapo di mutu na sei sapo di samu na rama si mi sote mi terra savi mi sote mi terra savi rata ma corre kai mi terra ma corre kai mi terra e ti va come mi terra e ti va come mi terra che la leo residi di pure tu
When we are talking about any version of any element of intangible cultural heritage, whether it's performing arts or baskets, heritage arts, culinary arts, ceremonial arts, healing arts, these arts, they are planted on a very important indigenous value, relationship. Relationship is the core of our indigenous world. So we structured the workshop where the participants were billeted with the villagers so that they could connect with the villagers, the homestay, the hosts. Whatever was discussed at the workshop, that was their way of sharing. Because culture is not something you discuss in isolation, disconnected from the people.
Our biggest challenge, knowing that we want to perform Meke, male and female, but we don't have our links connecting the Susumandres to the Vanuas, if you put it in a nutshell.
Saliu non rongon sartu isuva era bangkarana vulibinaka sena successful life or white collar jobs kerendo kaitu and ada buni non rabangkarana kabina kabaya era sali chikolanga toka betini senga chikubira na non ritukuni odemba koira era sembada bukina banua era lapmeva da besuva na kakedea era senga nikilatok esa miyang anak na found tekna contemporary was just to provide them that space where they can learn.
We have a lot of people coming into the studio or coming into COD, the Conservatorium of Dance, to audition, who didn't make it through the education system. That's the majority of the youth that come to us. Either they didn't make it through the education system, or they come from broken families, or there's this recent story where a boy came to us from Nosori whose father had been in prison for most of his childhood and whose mother had passed away. He had to give up school to look after his mother until she passed away. After she passed away and the father was in prison, there was nothing left for him. He saw the audition advertised in the newspaper and he came and moved to Nandi, and now he's dancing full time. So there's a boy who is also doing shoe shining and very much on the streets in Suva behind MHCC, that also saw the auditions advertised on Facebook off of a friend's phone and also came to audition. Since then he's traveled the world and is currently in the UK.
Sebernintono nrotua merongol chena mertua na UN sa tua irilu na making a merli mixer no na bakintono ndro narnat. Mam sa ngai dumi bitan lo chimur. Sa ngai dumi wasi chigoni bir. Reza ko na mar na yang ni numuni mara na mik. Na yang ni numuni mara no munito. Seberno ni sele su chimuni moningoli le punon ci sine. Amatin le sele su chimuni moningol serangal. Kono butu ka zerto do numuni vingara ni li mixer to narnat. Na bakintono.
Nenda utau endona me emboleta ina na panua. Va suluma na panua na nairai. Nairai ni me nairai ni ndona panua.
Oye wa form 2 temwana eranoi. Aun rome korlul. Sesang sarangan indona kai kile tu bobinak. Ko ngana poso papalengan ni snow. Ken karon 1 + 1 2. Ko na yang ni mekingo. Nyu ndambeta na panua. Au butu ketika na panua. Ngai fakasulu meu na panua. Kapaka pofim tego wena kena sau. Usanga imbu vinaka kina na nungu tak ni Meke. Mbu di saramo walang ra Meke ni mi usanga ko living garabitu. Ena Canterbury Fiji na social service. Oling garabi na lubeviti they are citizen in New Zealand. Odi kila. Entor kan bimbi na kona yang ni Meke vakau tiau. Usang ni tanra. Ne umbuti ko kalanto poro turua Wellington. Oleh buka Christchurch di Wellington obu sombe Christchurch. Ya sa buno kete baka New Zealand lep usambutu kamai. Ngona kai ko to mane Meke.
Na oito timbe kan kena vitala no ta kina Meke na rukni do na ulu tanga lebu na tini kadio bit sanga ulu kavitu. Sa turun do ngona bala. Iya to va bina binaka ni voiti da kena bakana na ngona bakasama me vitala no ta kitale. Na kena lora isa lulunga tiko bakatala nga kena no sa leva tiko na ndo ni vudu. Arna ndo ni Meke. Bimbi mera lorai bimbi mera voiti bimbi merongo di na tomonra. Ena kena baka nganga to takitale na ulutanga ngona Meke kena budu ka wa na ka bali kena bikem ni na leni buli no ni tiko ba bimbi bikem ni na tambongon ni na kile ni buli ngona kena baka ndeo taki na baka samongo me baka mbula taki.
The viewer say, come up with examples of your domains na namdo ulutanga raramba.
Sawa to kaya tiki to ko Meke to dalai toba. Ke baka na botorong e ka umi bina ya. Ke baka ni na raya ni nanda ko ni koron to no utu no momo to me sa kaya. Ya dalai toba. Sanu te kan sama tata na dai ki to bi ke muni.
Ia ko sa ele tim ko na pirung. Ke punen wang do no ngo tu wang dua singkla ko na bos na tu wang dua.
There was this ebb and flow of question and comments and reacting. The rich text, that richness came about only because the space was right, the time was right, the spirit was right. When we're talking about something cultural, it needs to be done the cultural way. So the 5 to 7 o'clock session was the cultural way of engaging, of talanoa, of clarifying differences, of encouraging and also correcting each other as far as the notions of Meke, the notions of safeguarding, etc., and anything else that the participants needed to ask. That was the forum where we asked the elders and we help each other in a cultural way from 5 to 7.
Okenda kede menda wa biasa Meke no talang mai kali ni tik mai menda mai sarana ya na to kede Meke to gla ngati ko ilu
o te tini ngona Meke tekiki sem makausa sak basawar do bukan bulan me mendonyo mai
juga geniala lo wo je bulan tu ko dua rua
na itutu ba profita ni alo o randau ni budu mera to bola ti na be rand burang randu be bandon tai meta bola be ona turang ai ana bale to eno na ita bina semala ene ti mai metalli ti o mai na banua talia mana na bulan nakiti talia mana talano ni banua na talano ni koli na talano na sema e ira na ambulu ti ana manu betena to do ia non rita be mera talia va na numati o be na len banua bet ena non raturanga ena matay sa ubot e ira to do aralis na banua nondalo ya mendalo batatio non ai tavio o ando ni tali me vi andi tio ne vosa tio
ani to lutanga ni ko na zaka ni linga
buku baba nuwa katubir na tukanda iliu kasaron robi kita tukuna kenan rana kono ko kasa kito bari tasa tukuna mata ada na yata kene bale baka lebu taki non to bandindike balata meroni baka lebu taki na nonda bola ena bi ulutanga ngo
kasi ni mata taibiti murai na tahu dah kebiti sangai cikgu mai kena kene bal mengara baka marwe ke baka na sekali marwe na alia
ni tourne Meke me baka bulbul taki ni ngere rauna bisu tak na baka sama ela sangai butineu mo nan delngan non to butineu usam tata
And when it was over, the villagers felt something, an awakening perhaps, a realization that is and that was all pre-planned. Not on paper, but in our minds. And also for the participants, when they came away, they felt something they left behind. What they actually didn't articulate was they were taken, the community and the participants were taken in this very tall mountain of holistic cultural immersion. And when it was over, each person had to come down the mountain and return to the everyday life, and it was flat. That flatness is a reminder that the richness of culture, sometimes in our flat life we think this is all there is. No. Culture takes us on this high mountain.
Ulingo, eu sa dorka na nungu marutaka. Na nungu na numa eu na bulingo, na sau ni bulingo, ni oti na bulingo. Siya nga sa ratuda ki kaya sa rangan ng waningo, lamang ni bitavyo, kalau ni sa rangan vangatak na mekingo. Na kaya na sau, balta na meki sa rui ka sau. Ninda vangataka, na kaya na mui indiri nga babiti.
Takuya ukai enduan daun dusi menanggu banua, menanggu yasana. Ni tobuli tiko ni huang tau pakate borom balik nda buli meki. Ang kay may buli ni kuwa, usang kakila, makan pakate borom. Parofita ni banua.
That was the whole idea, to begin revitalizing at micro level before the ministry then is able to learn from this and put forward a pathway for national level.
Wewe nakati ko bana kalong. Bata dem balabu do bola na sule biao. Bata mo boy tagtale. Na kasayali tu. Asa inda kila non de tobo wa bodua. Asa ni kila non de katumba. Sa wa bitali tak non de tobo bonua. Sa muria nga mai na katumba da bia muria mai. Sarang ko. Non to vale, iti ko nga nakatumwa, nadurukina. Tau saya itu mengori, kan tau santu ambunga, tau beta dini, uwale bata. Yang tini ngonongo, yang ambula kena mate, ni kau itu kei, nondo topo muno, nondo meke, bekakele, tiga ilegan tumu. Tulis kata-kata ngambula.